Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Box Score Network. We are loaded. I have a mountain of notes to sort through on R. Mason Thomas. Austin's got his notes all ready to rock and roll, and we appreciate you coming by as we're working through draft season. R. Mason Thomas from Oklahoma is 6'2", 250, according to the most websites that I saw. As always, we'll get the hopefully, sometimes even the NFL combine measurements are argued about endlessly. So we'll get something closer to a truer thing once the NFL combine comes out. So, Austin, give us the lowdown on R. Mason Thomas.
Yeah, he is a small, and I don't mean like smaller, I mean like legitimately small, but extremely athletic and explosive edge rusher. He comes in fiery, like a meteor coming into orbit is I would how I would describe the way he attacks tackles coming off the edge. He has some of the fastest, most explosive first three steps I've ever seen. And he has tremendous flexibility and bend to get around the corner. He's not that strong of a tackler, doesn't apply much support in the run game, and he is not very good as a pass defender. But watching him try and go sack a quarterback is truly a delight. He is so fun to watch. I really enjoyed his tape. He is a small, powerful, or speedy uh, edge rusher from Oklahoma, and the easy comp. And I hate doing this. You'll almost never see me comp someone to who went to their same college because it makes it look lazy to me. But Nick Bonito is just too much of a nail on the head comp to R. Mason Thomas. And I can't not go with it. I feel like it feels lazy because it's just like, oh, Oklahoma, similar build. Like you saw him in the same, jersey, so like it looks similar. But like jersey aside, he looks a lot like Benito, and Benito's fun, and he plays with such energy and a high motor, just like Benito does. I did not expect to like this player nearly as much as I did. I'm not a big fan of undersized edges, generally speaking. I have to see some traits, and I saw those. I saw those with R. Mason Thomas. What about you?
Okay, so we are really close on this player with one exception. I'll get to that in a second. Like I said, I have a mountain of notes. So as always, I appreciate Austin. Usually Shane couldn't be with us tonight, suffering through my mountain of notes, but we will get back to Austin here in just a second. Definitely a three down player on the field all the time. They did not often take him off the field. Goodness gracious. He was just out there fighting all the time. Did get double teamed quite a bit, so they were concerned about him getting pressure on the quarterback. There was an injury involved. He did miss some games and had limited snaps versus Texas. I think he largely played the first half against Texas, missed the second half. But that there was still quite a bit of tape to look at. The speed looks really good to me. I didn't see elite speed, but really good speed, fast and consistent. I think the consistent speed is what I like the best about the speed factor. It's just he's always coming. It's not just that he has a high motor. I hate it when people start off with motor because it suggests a lack of talent. That is not the case here. He's just always coming at a good speed. It's very consistent. That meant a lot to me. Constantly beats tackles off the edge with his speed. Creates a lot of pressure. Not fast enough to me to run down fast quarterbacks or running backs. So it's kind of short burst area speed and getting to the quarterback. I didn't really ever see him running down running backs and quarterbacks who had some speed consistently. Once they moved away, that was kind of it. Now, as long as they were in the pocket area, he's hunting them. He's going to get them there. But once they started moving to the other side of the field, it was very difficult for him to get all the way over there. Strength. I thought his strength was excellent for his size. Again, he does not have the mass. I gotta stress this. He doesn't have the mass to be pushing guys around. Having said that, for his size, his strength is tremendous. It's what keeps him on the field a lot. Not big enough to be physically dominant. but he loves contact and physicality. He just seems to eat it up. It's almost like when he's not busy running past the tackles, he's looking for the contact. He enjoys that. Again, it's the reason he stays on the field for all three downs. He can set a good edge, and then he fights off that edge to still disengage and be part of the play. I saw it more than once. Again, considering his size, where he would hold the edge and still be able to move side to side to make a play or at least be involved in the play. And that, again, is not something that everybody can do. He could do that. Really fights in the trenches. Man, he battles the big guys. He's not getting swallowed up like we see some people on occasion. He's not getting pushed aside. He's holding his ground and he is fighting with the big guys on every play. For his size, that spoke a lot. Moves. I heard a lot about his moves. I didn't see as much of it as I expected to, but I did see some. Seems to win a lot with his hands. Good, strong hands. Hand slaps, definitely winning more than his share of hand battles. I saw an occasional swim move, so it's there. He just didn't use it as often as I expected to see it. Bull rush on occasion. Again, for his size, to be able to bull rush anybody says a lot. But I did see the occasional bull rush that was successful. And great inside hop step. He's got a beautiful inside hop step because, again, he's so fast off the edge. A lot of time guys will try to counter that by just setting up out there deeper. He's got a great inside hop step, which was very effective in getting to the quarterback. I saw that quite a bit. I would love to see him out a spin move. I didn't see a spin move. He may have broken one out at some point. I just, wasn't on the film that I saw. I think a spin move would really work well for him. Versus the run, here's the one thing where I came out a little different. I thought he was good against the run, but not elite and not even in the excellent category. I just thought he contributed to the run game. So works his way past blocks, often into the middle, actually tackling the running back. Not dominant or elite, but very good. I saw several times where he would initially be blocked and would actually work his way toward the center of the mass of the line and make a tackle on the running back. Again, he doesn't do that all the time, but I did think he was contributing to the run stopping. Pass coverage, you mentioned it. He will drop into zone occasionally, and he looks comfortable dropping into a shallow zone, but that's it. Uh, he can't play man. He doesn't have the fluidity. He doesn't have the hip flexibility. Do not look for him to be a pass coverage factor other than deceptively occasionally dropping into a shallow zone. That's it. There's nothing else there on pass coverage as far as I'm concerned. Versus screens and sweeps, I've said this ad nauseum on these smaller edges. I really do need to know, since they don't have size mass to hold up necessarily on the line in the trenches, I need to know if they can go out there and bust up screens and sweeps. He really mucks these up, kind of like a rock sitting in the middle of a river. He can muck up the blocking, but he can be beat in space. I saw more than once running backs and quarterbacks kind of okey doke him and shake him and out there in the flats, I mean. And so I don't know how effective he really is at getting out there and really truly finishing a play on screens and sweeps. He can be shaken. They can get around him. I saw that a lot. So while he messes up the blocking, I don't know that he's actually getting out there to tackle those guys. Last couple of notes here. You basically led with this, I think. His get off, his first step is fantastic. Totally agree. Usually he's the first defensive player moving. I mean, the first one on the average play. He's the first one. And often starts before some of the offensive linemen do. So 1,000% support that. His get off is fantastic. And the last thing, which you already mentioned, his tackling is fine, but not pristine. It can be a little sloppy and inconsistent. Usually he's getting the job done, but there were plays where the tackling just wasn't anything that you wanted to show to somebody else. So that is R. Mason Thomas. Austin, final word and where you might draft this guy.
I don't, first of all, I want to say I don't think he is a must, like a two down guy, like a must come off the field on, first down when it's like a run down or something like that. Like, or, third and short, you got to take him off
Okay.
to defend the run. I think he is capable and fine. I don't think he adds anything to your run defense though.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of my thoughts on his run defense. I think he's the most surprising thing I found in watching his tape. He's kind of top heavy, and I
Yeah.
saw him use his because he's smaller frame, a little top heavy, and he has really good leverage. And I found that he will sort of lean into specifically like if he goes kind of more on the inside, he'll like lean into a guard and kind of as soon as he gets that guard a little bit on his heels, he will just jump. Like he's so laterally
Yes.
explosive. He will just jump and move two gaps over
Hmm.
and then suddenly be just like off the guy who was currently blocking him and able to make a tackle. I saw that. I think that is where he has the most success in the run game is disengaging to make a tackle. I don't think he is doing the disrupting to the line to then like allow other guys to after blowing it up, allowing other guys to go clean it up. I think he does the sort of disengage and tackle really well, but not a lot of the other stuff that I really like and someone who can really
Right.
blow up and disrupt the run game. I think he converts, and you're talking about his move set. He's definitely more of a speed guy, but he converts speed to power really, really well.
Yeah.
Especially like we talked about that those explosive first steps. He gets really good jumps. That first step's good, and he's laterally quick, so he can be taking an outside track and then suddenly be right on a guy's toes on an
Yes.
instant, and can convert that speed to a really solid bull rush a lot of the times. As far as how well I like this guy, I found myself every like game I watched of him just like slowly creeping him up my draft board.
Okay.
I He is someone who I upon first watch when I watched him a while like months ago, I was like, hey, I like this guy. He's I'd take him in the back of the second round. And then I started watching him this time. I was like, hey, I think this guy is like an early second round kind of guy. And now I think I'm at the point where I think he's a late first round kind of guy.
Okay.
He has crept up my boards a lot. I would be comfortable, especially at a premium position of edge rusher. I would be comfortable
Yeah.
taking him in the first round.
Yeah. That actually surprises me. So we're way closer on this guy than I expected us to be. I came in I came in basically with early second round type of desires, and I'm more than happy to grab him late first, if for no other reason than what you just said. It's just hard to get these edges that can actually get pressure on the quarterback. I This was a guy that I didn't feel like the numbers did him justice. It was so clear that offenses were so worried about him getting to the quarterback. He might register statistically three pressures in a game, but really between the double teams and the intentional rollouts, he had influenced the game much more than that. Besides which, there were a lot of plays where he wouldn't get credit with a pressure statistically, but it was clear that he was stressing the quarterback, and that had the quarterback not done something, R. Mason Thomas would have finished off that play with a sack. So I didn't feel like the numbers did him justice on that. I don't know, the his influence and stress meter is very high, even if it doesn't always end in sacks. It's a big influence. And you made a great point there about the run game because yeah, I'm the same way. He's not a run game record at all, but he can contribute enough to. He contributed enough in college to where he doesn't need to come off the field at the NFL level. But yeah, it's not like he is upping the run defense. That's not what he's doing. But he can hold his own there, not be getting pushed around. Austin, any last thoughts here on R. Mason Thomas? We came out much closer than I expected. We're both looking here late first, early second round on him, and it's a guy I would want at a certain point for my teams.
Yeah, as a guy in a guy who I think could be a very successful pass rush specialist in the NFL, he has separated himself from the pack of guys that I had him around previously. And I think that one trait of just the ability, like you said, to cause an offense to really think about his presence is what separates him. And I really like the player, and I think he has a really cool name. First name is just R. It's not a abbreviation or anything. His name's just R.
It's beautiful. And that's it, everybody. That's R. Mason Thomas. This is the Box Score Network, and we appreciate you being a part. Austin, thank you as always. We always enjoy getting to collaborate on these players. If you want to see more of these defensive players, stay here on Box Score Network. It should pop up on the screen at some point. And if you want to see our offensive prospects, which we've done quite a few of as well, go check those out on Pro Football Enterprises YouTube channel. Have a great one. Bye.